Okay, I think we're up.
Okay, let's have a look. Have a goosey gander. Okay, let's have a look. We are indeed live. I can confirm. Casper is there. Welcome, Casper. And just give me a minute to get everything sorted. Caustic Viper, welcome. Xenosaurian, welcome. I'll go do the very lovely task of whoring us out. No Style Dutch, welcome. Picked up the trades for Paradiso and Aliens vs Avengers yesterday.
Nice, nice.
Not that I haven't already read them several times in singles or anything, but... What was the planet from Dark Descent called? Can you remember?
I can tell you in a second here. Let's see.
Google it. I'm Googling it.
Lethe.
Do you remember where you got to on your last playthrough?
I'm on Dead Hills right now, New Game Plus. I am
Move on.
being thrown
We're
in.
heading our way.
This is always a tricky game to come back to. My stress is low. Looks like I've already rested.
More signals incoming.
Okay, that's right. We got aliens out here. This is not looking good. Let's see. Now I gotta remember everything. Shit. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Sorry,
They're
I'm
heading
still
our way.
whoring at the minute.
Right, so we gotta get to the mine entrance on the first floor. Okay.
So you're still at the start?
Yeah, this is a new game plus. I wanted to do a new one with my original Marine unit.
We didn't come here to enjoy the view, so move now.
Alright.
Breaking the well. Door open.
Move on.
Nearly done. Nearly done, Adam.
Double time.
Go outside so I don't have to blow up the barricade and make a bunch of noise. And the aliens hear me.
There's some-
That's no good.
Drone spotted.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's seen us.
We got spotted.
Bring them down.
I have no idea what's happening at the minute, so...
It's okay. It's okay, I'm just warming myself up. Don't worry about it.
It's a drone. Looks like they found us. Watch out! Kill that bastard.
Nearly done. Nearly done.
Bring them down.
Minute.
I
And then I'll be
really
back
love this
over.
game. Move on. Hurry up, squad.
Deploying sentry gun. Sentry almost ready. Sentry activated.
Shit, that big saw. Bring them down.
Contact. Now that's That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
On
done.
my way.
Okay, so where are we?
Attacking
What we
sentry
got?
gun.
What we got? Custy Viper says, love seeing some Dark
Sentry pack.
Descent love. Damn right. Still, I think one of the best Alien games.
Yep.
Very much
Here's your
Aliens
sample.
as answer to Isolation.
More signals incoming.
Wilson Soban says, I'm here for best game. Lucy. Long time no talk, indeed.
As the volume levels, I adjusted them a little bit, so hopefully the game's not too loud.
They've got our set. Look alive.
Caustic Viper says, how's everybody feeling about Alien Earth so far? I'm genuinely hooked so far. I think me and you are generally in the same boat for Alien Earth, aren't we?
They're
I
heading
think
up.
Although I
was...
think you was a little bit more enthusiastic overall, I
At
think.
first I was a little bit more positive. I really did not like the most recent episode, and it's been odd to me seeing how much praise it's getting. Oh boy, we got a massive onslaught. We better get somewhere safe. Let's go down.
So I was a little...
Can I not go
I don't
down?
know.
Does it not let you go down when you got a massive onslaught coming? Oh, that's no good. That's no good.
Set up the turrets. I wasn't too thrilled on episode 1 and 2, but I really enjoyed 3 and 4. 5, again, I wasn't particularly thrilled with. Yeah, well, I mean, we're halfway through the show. I'm not
Sentry almost ready.
I'm not particularly sold either way at the minute.
Sentry activated.
Nostalgic says, I've been seeing word of the unreleased AVP anime going viral on social media again lately. I won't lead to anything for other people. I can stay locked behind the doors as far as I'm concerned. Let's not damage the brand any more than it already is.
Reloading.
Lucy says, I love the first 4 episodes of
You
the
wanna
dog
play
shit.
rock?
Casper says Eileen, Morrow, Kirsch are carrying
God.
Alien
On my
Earth.
way.
Yeah.
Stay still. Gonna patch you up.
Eileen.
There. Like it didn't happen.
They lost
Which
two
actress
trucks,
is Eileen?
Mark.
I can't
Good
remember.
job.
Are you thinking Eileen Wu from Romulus?
No, because this is what Casper says.
Sentry packed.
I can't remember which actress is playing Eileen. I mean, I can't think who that is.
Let me turn the
Have a quick
audio
look.
down just a little bit.
Got him.
No, I don't see an
Look at
Eileen
that
in
to
the credits. Who do you mean, Casper?
Move on.
Come on, we didn't
Deep
sign up
Necrosis
for
says
this.
Alien Earth is going in some unexpected territory, but I like it so far.
On my way. Stay still. Gonna patch you up.
I wonder if Eileen's a new nickname for the Oculus.
Didn't they say the Eye Mage in the recent
Got him.
podcast?
They look intact to me.
They've always referred to it as the image. We just started calling it the Oculus. But yeah, just from context in the chat there, I think that's. I think that
Teocelus.
must. Yeah, I think that must be the new nickname. Richard Roberts, welcome. Army of Chi says, hopefully we get to see some combat synth in action. Walter and David are the only synth fight I've seen on screen. If I think about it, maybe when Morrow strikes. Yeah, I suppose there's a good chance we could see Morrow scrapping with the hybrids, or even with Kirsch. Xenosaurian says, Alien Earth so far definitely has me invested, loving the brother and sister narrative concerned for their future together. Lucy says, I'm interested in what Wendy wants her brothers holding her back, in my opinion. I still think that her brother is a bit of a non-entity on the show. So I don't really have any particular opinion on her maid. Doesn't have much of a presence. No Star Dutch says, I still haven't watched episode 5 of Earth. The clips I've seen of it dancing really highlight the man in the suit qualities that don't give me a lot of confidence, but I do like it fighting the eye. I'd have liked to have seen,
Come on,
with the eye, with the Teosaurus fighting the
Hurry up,
alien,
Juan.
I'd have liked to have seen it probing the face, some close-ups of it probing the face or something.
Weld that door.
But yeah,
Building access.
episode 5 sucked a lot of enthusiasm
Yeah.
out from
Door
me.
secured.
You know, Jamie said this on the PO podcast. He said it felt like it derailed the series, and I agree. But it is weird feeling gaslit where everyone else is just loving it so much, and I've been loving the show so far. And even the Xenomorph design and suit and practical elements of it, I've been defending until this episode. This episode really looks like a guy in a suit, which, you know, is what Holly specifically said he was trying to avoid, but it really looked like a guy in a suit in this episode. All right, White. Oh, there we go. Rest.
To be fair, I mean, it's not been until the show where I've really actually started to dislike Steve as a design. You know, because we had so many different interpretations of him in the key art, and, you know, some could have been renders, some could have been suits, blah, 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 blah. So I never
Cut that door
really
open.
settled on an opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
But since the show aired, I've just been like,
Door clear.
I'm not keen on his face at all. I don't mind the copper. I don't mind the shorter stacks. I don't even mind the changes to the chest. I can't stand his face.
See, I don't mind it. Like, I've got used to the face, and I know the mouth is a bit lower, and the dome starts a bit higher, but I don't mind it as much. I'm not one for, like, the here's our Photoshop edit of a better design, but I did see one recently that actually kind of addressed what most people have been complaining about. Granted, I also don't think everything needs to just be another big chap, so I'm okay with it. I just think how it was shot in
Move on.
episode 5 was off. Oh, look,
I don't
it's
think it's been
you.
shot well all
It's you,
season, to
Aaron.
be honest.
It's Hicks, and here's me. Here's Ridgie.
Have you been naming them?
Yeah, these are my old first playthrough characters. Since they added New Game Plus, this is like
Hurry up,
my
squad.
New Game Plus.
Deep Necrosis says, I have Dark Descent, but I just can't get into point and click games, but I'll eventually finish it. It's so good. It really is. It's just, the game's so tense and atmospheric, and every encounter is
Access
like
terminal.
a mouse click away from everything going tits up. Casper says, I can't wait to see the fly and the plant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting
Come on,
a
team.
bit more from at least the plant. I don't think the fly is going to be too interesting, but the plant seems
Crazy
like it
folks.
could be.
Fighting these beasts with shovels, harsh language, and pick.
Jack asks, are we getting gaslit again, Adam?
When was the last time we got gaslit?
Yeah, just in general about this episode, and I think the show a little bit. I keep seeing the critic reactions come in, and I'm just like, am I wrong? Am I out of date here?
95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I mean the audience score is lower.
Get it. I just don't understand it. And to be fair, I had the same sort of reaction with Killer of Killers, because I was unenthusiastic or middling about that one.
Hey, I found something. Looks like a data pad.
Hunter, welcome.
Got him. They look intact to me.
Come on,
Casper
team.
says, yeah, on TikTok people call it Eileen because it's a female,
Hurry
according
up, you
to
slugs.
Shibuzo. Yeah, she does say it's a she, doesn't she? But you know how I feel
Found
about
something.
TikTok.
Looks like a data pad.
I'm so out of date, Adam. I'm really leaning into that grumpy old man thing. Angel Jamie says, if we get a Dark Descent sequel, I hope they lean more into the alien RPG elements, something like the original Fallout or what Crucible could have been.
Right now. Let's see what's inside.
I'm still curious about Crucible. I mean, I know we've had lots of videos and some interviews with the devs and stuff, but It's one of those concepts where I can't quite picture how it worked unless I'd played it.
I mean,
Hurry up!
I don't know.
you
Having
slugs.
played through Obsidian's Knights of the Old Republic 2, I think I would have had some idea, because that was an RPG of theirs around the same time. Granted, obviously weaponry and other skills would have been different than Star Wars stuff, but just the basic format, I think I got an idea from that game. And I would have been all over that. So it's a shame what happened.
Right now.
Down into the mines.
Busty Viper says, I'm still wondering with Nibs what Nibs was on about with the whole pregnancy thing. It's just a coping mechanism, isn't it? I really don't
Going
expect
deeper
that
and
to
deeper
go
into the
anywhere.
lair of the beast.
You don't think she's actually pregnant or something?
No. I think that's all going to be around, you know, the perhaps mental stability of all the hybrids,
Let's see what's
or some of
inside.
the hybrids, you know, and a coping mechanism,
Uh-huh.
which is interesting in its own right.
Right now.
Come on, team.
Lucy brings up a good point about Hermit. He wants her to leave and be Marcy, but she's fundamentally changed. That makes him potentially
There's
an
something
interesting antagonist. Yeah,
I
agree.
don't think he'll be an antagonist.
Move! Move!
Well, not as a I'm the bad guy, but as in an ethical or moral, an ethical or moral antagonist. I did tell you I'm not with it today, didn't I? Oh yeah, I like that, Angel.
Jeez.
Or at least use the integer combat synth from Fireteam Elite as a sort of fixed character that can't grow, but also that can also be fixed instead of permadyne. Yeah, I'd like to see some of the combat synth showing up.
I need my sniper back so I can take out these drones before they spot.
Oh, you can't do this bit without a sniper.
Come on, team.
You
At
don't
least
think
not in
so?
it. No.
I
Not
mean-
not in
Hurry
an
up,
easy
you
way.
slugs.
I think I've completed.
Right now.
I guess I should go back to the Otago and see what I could do.
No Style Dutch says Devil's Advocate. Maybe we're wrong and it's brilliant.
All right.
Schwip, welcome.
Well, let's try and go back to the ship. I hate to
It's
do
quiet.
that and waste a day,
Too
but
quiet.
where's my vehicle? Here. There we go. See if I can get me a sniper rifle.
Lucy's laughing at your Ridgy character name.
Ridgy? Yeah.
Casper says IGN gave the episode a 9 out of 10. Let that sink in.
Yeah. I
I
saw
mean-
a number of outlets, like
I
Bloody
don't understand.
Disgusting, you know, like a
don't
horror film
understand
site
it.
said it's the best alien movie since Aliens, episode 5. I'm like, more people died of their own incompetence in that episode from the Xenomorph.
I just don't get it.
Like, even the space truckers in Alien knew to use PPE when operating on a hostile alien life form. But the scientists didn't?
Gustic Viper says IGN's opinion on alien media has as much value as the paperweight. Are they massively overcompensating for the isolation debacle?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Richard Roberts says, I never want to see a middle-aged Scottish dude biting the back of a xenomorph ever again. Human Ham Cube says, never put rock music over Alien, never. You see, that I'm kind of used to now. I'm kind of just jamming out with it as the credits roll. But I completely get it. I completely get the people who don't like that one. They're feeling like a very harsh tonal shift as the final footage comes to. Yes, Lucy, I suppose that's fair.
My Marines.
I don't think a lot of Earth actually makes sense. You know, when you start to think about like the Maginot mission and the start times and the age of the crew and all that kind of stuff, when you start to try and dig into the specifics of it all, I don't feel like a lot of thought's been put into it.
Yeah. No, it seems just... It's a little frustrating because it's like, really, you guys couldn't have just done a little homework to make this fit with everything else just a little better, but...
Well, even its internal consistency.
Yeah.
You know,
Holly's just not concerned with that. The show is very much style over anything else, and it does style very well. Like, it's shot incredibly well. The music's great. It makes really interesting choices.
Alien.
In that episode, yeah. But a lot of...
I would say in general.
I know.
I mean, there's only been a handful of good shots of it across the episodes we've seen it in so far. And I would argue that despite how crap it looks in the fifth episode, I still stand by it having the best shot of the alien yet so far.
When it comes down from above.
When it comes down from above, you know, that very Alien Isolation-esque kind of moment, but nowhere near as good as it is in Isolation.
Sniper rifle.
Let's hope our
Yeah,
map
we
will
got
suit.
it. That should help us a lot with things. Okay.
Yeah, so Angel, that's kind of
Talk to you soon.
I
Need a gun,
don't want to say everything
Administrator?
I'm hanging on to, but it helps me
Looking for someone in particular?
compartmentalize everything about Earth.
Salute.
You know, that it's this alternate continuity to everything else. So, you know, all the inconsistencies with the rest of the films and everything, I'm just like, I don't care. I just compartmentalize it as it being Alien and this show. Or the show and Alien, sorry, should I say.
Plasma rifle. Oh, don't have enough for that. Well, hopefully
Angel
the
says,
sniper
how
helps.
Bye-bye
How
now.
does everybody feel about the you can't freeze the face hugger thing that Earth
New
did?
objectives are awaiting your review.
We just saw in Romulus that the
I-
face hugger's gonna be hot.
It seems, yeah. There's some contradictions with Romulus. I mean, we know from the next episode trailer that there's a juvenile alien, which kind of contradicts the whole chrysalis thing. And
Well, it's like I was saying, it's an entirely alternate continuity, isn't it? So
yeah,
I'm not so much thinking about am I pissed off it contradicts other things. I think it's more of the question I ask myself is what do I think about the concept?
yeah.
And I'm
New
not
objectives are
fussed
awaiting
either
review.
way, you know. Nightmare, we talked about it on the podcast, didn't we? Which we'll be releasing tomorrow, you know. But we mentioned like the OG Nightmare Asylum. That was something that existed that far back, and I don't think we've necessarily
This one's a
ever
priority.
seen,
Understood.
at least in the films, I don't think we've really seen them try and actually use cryosleep to stunt the growth of the alien. I think that's been more of an expanded universe thing. So I'm not fussed either way. I kind of
Understood.
like it, to be
Uploading
honest, because
mission data.
it gives the alien a bit more threat and a bit more urgency in dealing with it, because they can't just slam somebody in a freezer and hope for the best in however long it takes.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea that, yeah, they can be frozen, but the problem's still there, and you're going to have to deal with it eventually. So, to me, it makes little sense that, you know, all biological functions wouldn't be stopped, given, you know, it seems that that's what cryostasis does. Granted, we've seen in Romulus, she was in the process of going into cryo, and it had to be aborted, so you could just interpret it like that, like, oh, it hadn't completed. But that was another thing that was weird, is it actually was like a very quick ice looking cryo, which we haven't seen before.
I didn't like that, because none of the others actually look iced over anyway within Alien
Yeah.
Earth, within that episode.
It kind of reminded
Yeah.
me of like the the Lost in Space movie, if you remember that.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I watched it recently. I watched it when all the Lost in. This is where I say recently, and it was actually years ago. But you know when the show was finishing.
And I have some Marines here that are not great. All my great ones are in medical.
And Caustic Viper also agrees with you. I feel like the incubation not being stopped by cryosleep was in line with how the offspring was still gestating in Romulus.
We'll do Ruse.
Go on, chat. Don't get into it.
What? Chat getting into it?
Yeah. Lucy and crawling there. That's not. Alren, welcome. I don't think the cryosleep has ever been actually cryo. You know, it's got so many different names throughout the franchise.
Okay, I think we're good. Mike, I just did the audio today. How is it since you've been calling us on that one?
It's got to be Mike's setup, telling you. Nobody else's wine. Yeah, Caustic, that's the best way to do it, you know. Alien Earth is its own thing. It is. Just keep them separate, and then you don't have to get wound up about things. Disparities between the two. Alren says this game is on sale on Steam. Is it worth it?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Caleb doesn't complain about me anyway.
A little
I
bit.
think he does. Crawling Chaos says, and some people shitting on the show fucking love AVPR. Yeah, well, Adam loves both.
I've loved the series until episode 5.
And very much enjoys AVPR. That's why we don't take his opinion too seriously.
Good. Glad to hear it, Mike. I made some tweaks. Volume's low this time around, Alarin? Mike just said it was good. God, can't get you guys to agree. Volume of the game or of us?
The game will certainly be.
Come on, team.
Xenosaurian says, don't you think it's interesting though with the Maginot mission starting in 2055 and Miss Utani mentioning Morrow knowing her grandmother?
Hurry up,
Hey,
squad.
Miss Utani from AVPR. I absolutely guarantee you that is not intended to be the same character. Absolutely. Just don't dick around with the volume, madam.
Okay. I'm leaving it where it is for now, folks.
Yeah.
If it's too low, crank up your TV. Or
There's
your...
something around.
Lucy says, I love Earth doing new things. I think some of that rules, especially the whole hybrid story, but episode 5 just falls apart on every level. Yeah, it does. And I enjoy... I like them attempting to do new things. I do like that it is very
Come on, team.
unique. You know, even within the context of playing with hybrids, with synthetics, with aliens.
More signatures
It's...
spotted.
Oh shit,
It's
why did you
doing-
guys open fire?
Don't you have to tell them not to? I can't remember. It's been a little while
Got
since I
you in
played
my
it.
sights. Shit, they know we're here.
Oh, do I not have silenced? Ah, fuck. Is that like an upgrade for your sniper? Damn. Oh well. Well, that's no good.
Move, move. Looks like they found us.
Guess this part's just gonna be intense.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to struggle through this. The Xenosaurian is not gonna be the same character. They're entirely different continuities. And Hawley will not give a shit about the AVPs, I guarantee you that.
He doesn't give a shit about the Alien movies.
Yeah, he barely seems to be. I genuinely don't think he's even caring about aliens in this outside of certain aesthetic.
Outside of
choices.
pulse rifle,
The pulse
or,
rifles, yeah.
or the tactical squad being like, you know, feeling like
Looks like they found us.
aliens adjacent, I guess.
Let's roll.
Yeah, feeling colonial
Kill it,
marines-ish.
kill it. Yeah, don't mess with me.
We knocked them hard.
Move on.
Okay, okay. Get some materials.
I am in-
No. Oh.
I am very much enjoying
Let's see what's inside.
the Teo Celis, though. You know, I'm liking that they're exploring the other alien creatures within the franchise, or within that little bubble, the bubble of the franchise, because that's something I've said for a little while, isn't it? You know, there's room in Alien to do other aliens, as long as there's still interesting bits going off with the characters, and the stuff with the hybrids is interesting. You know, it's very
Enough sightseeing. Stay focused.
intriguing kind of concept, although I think it might lean a little too far into that Blade Runner kind of angle that you're starting to get fed up of, I think.
Move on.
It's weird because I don't mind a little bit of Blade Runner aesthetic in my Alien. Like, I have
Well,
appreciated.
I'm not saying aesthetic, I'm saying theme.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the whole "what is human" theme can kind of work in Alien. Like, I've seen it with synthetics done kind of well. I feel like Alien Resurrection even kind of tackled that a little bit, maybe. It's easy to overdo it, though.
I think, yeah. So I always look at Resurrection more of a an identity thing rather than a what it is to be human kind of thing.
Yeah.
Access and terminal.
You've beasted through that bit, actually.
I think we have the Queen coming up right here.
Yeah, you. Oh, you probably wanted to lay down your turrets before you did that.
Probably did.
Gusty
Likely.
Viper says, I do love the hive webbing designs in Dark Descent. It was always amazing how they turn any environment into a biological hellhole. Yeah, I fucking absolutely love the hive.
Who has played
And
this? Sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, just any time somebody does it well, you know, this. And I think even Fire Team Elite did the hive really well.
Yeah. I think it could have been a little better in Romulus. It almost looked like, you know, the black plastic wrap that they hit with a heat gun or something.
As much as I really love Romulus, I do think that's one of the weaker visual elements of it is the hive.
Light it up.
Oh boy. Oh boy, let's hope we survive here.
Grenade!
Grenade!
Deploying sentry gun. It's seen.
Let's rock!
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is
Tactical analysis in progress.
oh jeez!
Watch out.
Oh my god. This is not going well.
Gusty Viper says, showcasing other alien creatures in the Alien franchise is never a bad thing, in my opinion. Anything that can remotely go toe-to-toe with a Xeno only makes sense to be a hybrid. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd always necessarily want to see it spin off and actually be alien as such. You know, like, I would still be interested in Colonial Marines going up against some other random alien creature. You know, as long as it's still elements of Alien and they're still doing interesting thing with the characters and the world building, you know, I'm happily not having the capital A Alien in there. I've always said that the weakness of the pre-Prometheus scripts and of Covenant was them trying to shoehorn the Alien in itself. And what they should have done is focused on, in Covenant's case, the Xenomorph, in the pre-Prometheus scripts' case is the proto-aliens.
Take a breather.
I just...
Watch that stress.
It frustrates me. Again, I know I'm trying to compartmentalize Earth from everything else, But now that we've finally got other alien creatures on screen alongside the alien, it frustrates me with them knowing to call the alien the Xenomorph and never referring to the others as Xenomorphs themselves and going for that catalogue classification like I like so much in
Man,
the
you
way
chose
the
a
Yutani report.
bad time to lay all this out while I'm stressing the hive here.
Right now.
Look, I'm just going with the flow of the chat, my friend.
Got a survivor. Hey man, if that ever happens to
Which
me,
says like a Colonial Marines
okay?
show similar to Roughnecks. Well, Roughnecks wasn't actually a prequel to the films. It again was its own continuity
Move on.
based on Starship Troopers,
Right now.
pulling elements from the films and the
Let's see
book.
what's
Yeah.
inside. Hurry up, you
But
slugs.
you know, ever since I was a kid, ever since I actually did see specifically Roughnecks and specifically Final Fantasy, the Spirit was in. Was that what that film was called? I was always like, come on, give me some
We got a live one here.
CG show about Colonial
He's all right.
Marines in the
Yeah,
alien universe.
I would really like to see one of those realistic CG anime films with Alien. I think the Resident Evil ones have been really good. I think the Starship Troopers ones have been really good.
It looked unique. The laying creature, perhaps.
We saw how they jumped to save
I think the second one more than the first one for the Starship Troopers films.
Guess
There,
it's worth a
The
try.
Trader of Mars.
Go get that sample, Marines.
yeah, because I think what was it called? Invasion was a little too anime
Let's see what's inside. Double
for the
time.
tone of that franchise, but I still enjoyed it. But I enjoy all those films; they are guilty pleasures for me.
Yeah,
Alloran
that
says
was
the
nice here.
Alarin says the Reddits are hoping for a Predator cameo in the last 2 episodes of the movie.
I would keep hoping.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
It's a drone.
Looks like they found us.
Oh man.
They're headed our way.
Angel Jamie says now that we're in the final countdown for Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition, I've ordered Colony War, Inferno's Fall, and Seventh Circle to learn more about Zula. Inferno's Fall and Seventh Circle were good, solid books. Colony War's trash, and I don't think she's even.
They found us.
If I remember rightly, she's not even really in Colony War. But that is genuinely a terrible book.
Get it.
It burns. It burns.
Let's see
That's always the
what's
worst when you have all your Marines doing something and an alien just comes in and starts rushing you, and you're like,
That's why you don't have them all doing something, Adam. You're as good as Gorman, man.
They lost your track, squad. Good job.
Whew. I only lost 1 Marine, and they weren't one of my core ones, so it's okay.
Roger.
Xenosaurian, you are very much on your own.
Back in sentry gun.
I'm afraid, my friend. I guarantee you he has not watched that film.
Come on, team. Double time.
Just get the hell out of here.
Schwip says, how do you feel about using the ovomorph to describe the eggs to mother? Yeah, that one really
no, you
pissed me
love
off
it.
as well.
Shoot, I didn't complete all my objectives there. Damn it.
Oh god, he's worse than Gorman. Alvin. He's worse than Gorman.
Alright, Marines, back into the hive. Forgot something.
The worst CO of all time.
Hey, I'm rusty,
Jesus.
alright? This is the first time I've played this in a little bit. Okay.
But yeah, ovomorph, hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it.
Gotta lose some weight.
Just like
I just-
Protomorph.
Hang in there, man.
Yeah. Well, no, Praetomorph I can kind of... I hate Protomorph because that was made up bullshit that ended up in the fan lexicon.
Yeah, they had
that ended up in
Praetomorph and
Wikipedia.
Protomorph.
Yeah, so Praetomorph was like the official answer to it, whereas Protomorph was that made up thing.
Nice work, squad. We're green for
Um,
extraction.
It just bugs me because it's so obvious now that people just go and read Xenopedia and don't understand the context of things in there. Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. I shouldn't be going that fast because I gotta carry somebody. Was this the scientist that got snatched in the vent from earlier? I think she was.
The vet.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Honestly, I wish they'd just stop calling it. I find it lazy is my problem with all these names because it's just something morph. It's just lazy. It's uninventive. It's unimaginative, and yeah, that's my problem.
So here's a question. Did you play this with the time stop or time slowdown? I always did time stop.
Slow down.
Slow down is like the what the developer intended, I think.
Is it plagiarious? Plagiarious prepotence. I don't mind because it's not fucking black goo morph. Is not what they're calling it. No, it's actual Latin taxonomy name, and I like that. That's absolutely fine by me. Alaran, we have recorded episode 5. It will be up tomorrow morning, GMT, late night, American. Hopefully in time for you all when you wake up in the morning to go to work.
Save your strength, Marines. Don't forget I can give you a
We
lift.
barely got out of there.
Savage says, why not use the red and K strains
News
like
from that importation
the
log
canon
administrator.
stories?
Yes. Yes, it's open. But it's a mess.
I mean,
I don't understand why the
I
director
don't
allowed
mind the
them to
idea
take it
of
to
different
Dead
strains
Hills.
going at each other
Force of
in
habit, I guess.
more,
Says
more
here
stories.
that Craig came from Berkeley's dock.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that.
Everything comes from that spaceport.
Well, at least we have our next stop. But first, a nap in the Otago if you don't mind. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, finish Dead Hills.
No Star Dutch says it's annoying that Xenomorph took off as a name because people don't realise that was a generic term for extraterrestrial life. Exactly. That's my bugbear too. You know, I really enjoyed when the Weyland-Yutani report just went in on it being a catalogue system and the alien specifically, you know, XX121. I like that. It makes more sense to me. Even just them, I'll give Earth the species and number thing because that's logical. But yeah. Crawling Chaos says, so why do you think episode 5 got a lot of praise from the press? Who fucking knows? And I think we have like a big group chat with all the staff, and I just went after watching it. I was like, I don't understand all this. I just genuinely do not understand it. Am I? You know, I shared that gif from the Mitchell and Webb show. You know, where they're playing the Nazis, going, "Are we the bad guys?" Because I'm just like, I don't know if I've just lost touch with the fandom or the press or whatever, but I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe this has been. I'm going to be honest here. You know when you always used to see comments about people going, "Oh, Disney's brought out all these critics when they're reviewing Marvel films and they're not worthy of these reviews and stuff like that." With Killer of Killers and with Alien Earth, that's been the first time ever where I've really got. Are they buying out the reviewers? Is that why we haven't had any screeners of this? Because we're
We rig it
honest.
with boosters and a comms repeater, maintain it in low orbit, push a message to a
I
working
don't
relay,
know.
and we
Did you
can.
listen to what I just said? Somebody used that container.
Schwip says,
Dead
wait,
Hills
this was
will live up
originally
to its
intended to
name.
take place after 3.
What if
That
there's
makes
more
so
of
much
those
sense.
around, huh?
So,
As this director
it
Price
was
still isn't
all
taking any calls,
over the
we're
shop
the only one
during
trying to find
development.
where they came from. If we don't,
Wasn't it pre-Prometheus at one point?
And even
Yeah,
more,
2080,
no one ever hears about what happened
89,
on this
I think.
damn planet.
Okay,
If
let
you
me bring
really
up
wanna
the
save everyone,
script.
Sergeant
Let's have a
Harper,
look.
I suggest you start thinking beyond Lethe.
I was born here, Hayes. These are my people. I won't leave them to die.
I didn't
That's
know.
not the first draft. I
mean,
should have
I'm
labelled
sorry,
these by
Sergeant.
years first rather than by month.
Listen, you're right. Berkeley's a big space.
2020. So the
We'll
first
probably find both
draft
people
is
and quality spare
set.
parts there. I say we catch them both.
Roger that. But in the meantime, can you check in with Becker? He's been pestering me like he
In
wouldn't
2183.
That's right, 83.
85, sorry. No, 2185. Which is, yeah.
Alarin, you got a invite to the Badlands immersive experience? That's cool. They didn't even give us one, man. I swear, they just don't like us anymore.
Oh no, yeah, everybody hates us now. At least Disney seems to. I miss the days of Fox. Gusty Viper says, Aaron, after watching all the praising reviews, am I in the wrong timeline?
I don't know, Mike. That weekend was a blur for me. It was a lot.
To be fair, I mean,
I know he went in there, Mike. I just didn't know he got the special invite.
At least on the boards, episode 5 is the one with the flattest sort of responses on the poll. So, you know, it's like 20% love it, 20% thought it was okay, 20% thought it was crap. Vague numbers, but it's very flat on the visual representation,
Becker,
whereas
you wanted to
that's
see
not
me?
the case with pretty much every other episode.
That specimen you've recovered offered outstanding research possibilities. Have you had the chance to review my initial report on the xenosamples?
Mike's
I've
Monster says
barely
PO
seen
hated this episode too, so it's not much about
Of course.
so much about being honest, not
Well,
getting the
suffice
screeners.
to
Now
say,
we're just shit now, I guess.
absolutely
Adam, what do you think?
Yeah.
Should we hang it up?
Muse
Yeah.
gathering herself to
What do you think,
action.
guys?
Our
Should we just
opinions.
quit?
Manner of fragrance tantalized
Our
us.
opinions
I
are
think
worthless now.
long-term
All the
benefits
effort we've
aside,
put in over the
I've
years
already
is
had some
fucking
ideas
worthless.
about how to improve our gallant Marines' equipment, but I need more samples.
These creatures are dangerous.
I'd be lying if I
Doctor.
didn't say I
Not
felt
when
like
they're
that
dead.
sometimes these
And
days.
if we took one alive? Well, nothing's impossible. This lab has a containment cell built for such encounters. Perhaps we could use it.
A live
So yeah,
specimen
2185
on
puts it
board?
after Alien 3, doesn't it?
Absolutely not.
I'm simply trying to make myself useful.
Listen, Doctor, I get it.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's tried to buy us, Alarin, believe it or not.
We can't have one of those things getting loose on here.
I joked about it before and somebody messaged me to ask, and I can't remember who it was. But anyway, that'd never be me. It'd be Darkness. Yeah, Lucy says hang it up.
A fine
Yeah, I
start,
always thought
if
you
I
guys
may
always
say
wanted
so
to drive me
myself.
off anyway. Crossing Chaos says, well, I have enjoyed the entire season
Hello,
so far, so I went
Administrator
on the
Hayes.
forum and saw all of the hate for episode 5. I felt like I was the one being gaslit.
Ma'am.
Trip says, so
What
if
did I
Aaron were
teach
to
you,
accidentally
Marine?
share these
Salute.
scripts in some form of Google Drive link, when can it be sent to me? Look, it will go up on the web. All of them will.
After season 1 concludes, yeah.
After season 1 concludes, and because we live in an age of vultures, after I found the motivation to do an accompanying article to go up alongside it, so we at least get some credit. Because every other fucking script I've ever released, it just gets vulturized with no acknowledgement of the work that we put into them. I am
Have a nice
in
day,
halfway
Deputy
through
Hayes.
proofreading my work on the second draft of Romulus I've got, and I'm
Forewarned is
about
forearmed. Bye-bye now.
I've got two
New
major
objectives
bits
are
left to
awaiting
do on
review.
my write-up of the differences with the Romulus scripts and the finished film, and then I'll get to work doing that as well.
Have a nice day, Deputy Administrator Hayes.
We'll patch up Bridgie.
This one's a priority.
No Style Dutch
Understood.
says the real question is, will this generally positive viewer feedback cause them to adjust their plans for the franchise, maybe making this the new main timeline? You see, I genuinely think that's a bit of a fear.
I don't think so, because I think this is still FX, and FX is not Studios, and Romulus was successful for Studios. So I did see a rumor, I guess I would say, that Ridley strong-armed Fede out of the director role in this. It seems like that's probably bunk. It was the same entertainment journalist that was saying that there's going to be a Predator in the sequel. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Ridley has given someone the boot from an Alien project, if it were the case, but I somehow doubt it.
Why? What are you thinking there?
What?
Ridley giving somebody the boot.
Oh, Neil Blomkamp.
Neil Blomkamp,
Yeah, he even said, like, Ridley came on the project and the whole thing unraveled. So
Yeah. No, I remember now. I'm trying to find out a little bit more about that, but the thing that gets me with that is that same journo was the one that knew that it was going to be called Romulus and scooped it all.
Yeah.
But he's also the one that's got in it with James Gunn over somebody making a comment about James Gunn making Scoop as irrelevant and pointless and a dying breed coming out there and directly contradicting the Scoops, which made me chuckle. You know, the I've said it before, haven't I? The way,
Hello.
well, the expectations of audiences and fandoms is a lot different
Have a nice
now
day,
to how it were
Deputy Administrator Hayes.
many years ago. Can you imagine holding on to scripts like we have
This
been
one
now
won't let you down.
about 20 years ago?
No.
It just would not have been a thing. It'd have been straight out there and all that stuff.
There we go, silencer. That's exactly what I needed. She is my best marine. Shadow.
Mike's, hang on, sorry, scroll up a little bit. Army of Chi says these graphics and environments are foggy, detailed and compelling. Also, is Incursion a good book? Incursion is part 2 of a trilogy that is set many, is it hundreds of years after Resurrection? It's a very space opera-ish kind of series. It is very different to pretty much every other Alien and Predator thing. It's kind of like a little bit Mass Effect-ish, I guess, a little bit space opera-ish. So if that's your jam, go for it. I very much enjoyed it as a nice breath of fresh air. Mike says, I'm glad some folks dug episode 5, but it didn't work for me as it was just a rehash of Alien, which I'm tired of seeing, and very frustrating answer to what happened on the ship really let me down. Richard Roberts agrees.
Understood. Uploading mission data.
Mike's just reiterating Adam's point there about FX and studios being separate now. Well, they were always separate, but they used to. Theatrical used to have more say over the franchise.
Gloomy.
I just think they should never have done that story. That episode. We didn't need the flashback.
I mean, I would have always been wondering, like, oh, what went down on the Maginot? Why didn't they show us that? So, like, I did want to see it. I just thought it was a bit underwhelming because it's like they had this whole history of getting all these alien species. We didn't get to see any of that. Like, I wish there would have been one little sequence at least of them on the planet collecting one and seeing one of them die and grappling with the fact that they've lost part of their crew before, but it was just like, oh, I killed the captain. Whoops. Sorry, buddy. My bad. It was like, really? Like, there was just no sense of dread, really.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I said one of my notes was that they all desensitized this much because nobody seemed to give a shit. And you know, that was a problem I had with what book was it, Adam? Infiltrator. You know, something similar happened in that, where there's an alien running loose on the colony and nobody seems to give a shit. Yeah. And that was something that pissed me off about that.
And that scene where the young engineer idiot kid is like just eating and she's telling him to stop and he's like, oh, she said duty. I'm like, your captain is dead. You're all fucked. There's aliens on the ship and you're acting like this? Like, it was just, I don't know. I was not about it.
Yup.
Let's see. Oh, I can't give her a smart gun? Do I have to give a specific kind of Marine the smart gun? I forget.
I don't know, mate.
Reggie can get a smart gun. I'll give myself a smart gun. Okay. This is where we meet the cult.
So the cult was something I enjoyed being back. And I enjoyed a lot of the concepts in it. I say enjoyed being back. You know, I've always missed the religious aspect of the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an element that was like, yes.
Yeah, it was cool to see that in this game.
I do think the cyborg open chest piece thing looks a little silly, but again, it's a concept that I very much like as a way of being able to interact with the aliens and be amongst the aliens. I'm gonna have to do another playthrough of this myself soon.
All right, Administrator Hayes has a plan. Building a satellite so we can have a
Yeah,
voice
I
beyond
think
those damn platforms.
to cap off the Fede
We
not
don't
coming
have the
back
tech
as
to do the
director, I
job,
think he
but
probably
we caught a
was
break.
being honest where he just got
Remember
an
that container we
opportunity
recovered in
on
Dead Hills?
a project he's wanted
Turns
to
out
do
it
with
came
his
by
friend for a
train
long
from
time and they
Berkeley's
couldn't pass it
docks.
up.
This is a spaceport and a big one. We might be able to find what Hayes is looking for there.
Yeah,
So let's kill two birds
I
with one
have to
stone, shall we?
wonder,
Don't go thinking this is a milk run. There could
if
be
he,
more of these creatures out
you know, because he doesn't
Engage
seem
where
like the kind of
necessary
guy who
and
wants
assist
to
all
do
civilians.
sequels.
Let's get to it.
So I kind of wonder if his heart was ever fully in actually going all the way in with it.
And I love the FMVs in this, man. Yeah, it just feels like old school PC gaming, right? Like the CG cutscenes.
We're after a comms repeater, but
Especially after we have friggin'
both could be found around here, but these ports
a Fireteam Elite that has like no narrative cutscenes between anything.
I hope they change that for the sequel, and I still wonder when we're going to hear about that sequel.
Find a way to open that door, Marine, so the ARC will stay outside.
Just like you and the AVP comics, I think a mantra has been, oh, next award show, next convention.
It shouldn't be this quiet.
It'll hit one day, Adam.
We've been working on it for like 3 years now. We almost got 40 viewers. Nice. Maybe don't count us out just yet.
There's something
I
wrong
don't
with
know.
these dogs. Shouldn't they be barking or something? Disgusting.
Man, he's in a mood today. Damn.
I did say I wasn't with it when we started.
From your lips to God's ears.
I'm forlorn. I'm forlorn at the minute.
See what the locals have to say.
Nobody home.
Alarin says his Evil Dead movie was amazing. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. So again, prefacing this by saying I fucking love Romulus. But I was a little disappointed it didn't have the same intensity as his Evil Dead film. And I was hoping that he would get to come back and do another Alien film. Now he'd got rid of all this fucking, yeah, I'm making an Alien film, energy out of him, and done something a little bit more,
Looks like the armory was looted.
a little bit more Fede. Because it seems to be a thing with a lot of modern filmmakers now, where they get to play in a franchise they grew up with, and they are in love with, and they just want to recreate some scenes. And I get the impulse, I understand it, and it's certainly nothing exclusive to Fede. But with him saying comments like, "Oh, I've ticked all the boxes of, you know, that kind of fan dream." So I kind of worry about if a new director comes on, we have to go through that again. Alarin says, also agree, I want Romulus to be overtly gory. Lucy throwing shade at me.
Come on, team.
What do you think, Adam?
Hurry up,
Should I
come on.
change my name to 85 and it will be authentic to how Disney really feels about me?
Well, nah. We
Do you
just
think
gotta,
I'm an
we
idiot?
gotta keep on keeping on.
I've only got so much energy, man.
Contact.
I only take being kicked
USCM.
so many times.
Identify yourself, citizen.
Gotta love the friendly
I do
locals,
miss Fox,
right,
though. I
Sarge?
genuinely
Leave
miss
it
Fox.
be.
Working with
Keep
Fox.
control. Keep your eyes open. Something ain't right here.
Copy.
Looks like the dockers don't want you going that way. Probably striking. Gotta hold the line or you've already lost. Not that you'd understand.
This feels like something bigger. Eyes sharp, Marines. Weapons ready, but fire on my command only.
I thought these were your people, Sergeant.
They
See,
are.
see, we got some
My
people
men
that
are
care.
family.
Move on.
Good.
Move. Move.
I'm just finding it hard work at the minute.
Oh, we've never been this busy.
I don't like this man.
Uh-oh. We got us a creep.
They really did spoil it with the cutscenes, didn't they? Lucy says, here come the Alien 3 coded folk.
Yeah, I was just about to say they had an Alien 3 prisoner vibe
First
about
and
them.
final warning.
And I dig that.
Shit. Open fire.
You know, I don't necessarily mind when we get in familiar elements or vibes or stuff, if it feels like it's done with genuine sort of love and affection, and not cynically. And that's what I feel about this game. That's how I felt about Romulus.
More signals.
It was genuine love letters and genuine affection of the franchises. Alarin says, guys, I have a confession. I like Resurrection more than Alien 3. What do you think about that, Adam?
I kind of agree.
Right now. Planting C4.
Wow.
Get down.
It wasn't always the case, that's for sure. But Resurrection's really grown on
More
me.
signals incoming. Move. Move.
I think I'll always like 3 more than 4. You know, 3 is so flawed, but it's still
Sentry almost ready.
much more of an Alien film than I think Resurrection is. And I say that actually enjoying a lot of elements of Resurrection, because I love Ripley 8 as a character, and I have a real thing about characters that are going through identity crisis.
Got something on the
That's why I love Blue as well. Blue Marsalis from the comics. So I find Ripley 8 really fascinating. And I think the concept, there's an interesting concept there, but it just, the tone isn't right for me.
On my way. Packing sentry gun.
I do agree with Lucy there. Go watch the Legacy cut until you change your mind.
Sentry pack.
Alien 3 Legacy cut's fantastic.
I liked it. There were a few things I disagreed with. Taking out the rock music, I'm like, come on, guys. That was an interesting piece of music there, I thought, even though it was short. But also, I kind of prefer assembly cut where we don't see the Queen come out. I mean, I get the logic where it's like, I wanted the best of both.
Affirmative.
And yeah, you get to see an extra practical effect from Studio ADI, which is nice, but I don't know. I just thought it was more impactful
More signals.
So many containers.
when it didn't
And
come
they want us
out.
to find one? Might as well look for a needle in a
Yeah,
haystack.
that's always been one of those ones where I'm kind of conflicted because I do actually really like the design of the Queen Chestburster, and I did like seeing it, but I also liked the the weight of the assembly cut where she did actually have more of a choice and gave her sacrifice a bit more weight. Schwip says that's been kind of my issue with the novels and comics lately with Alien. It's like we've got much unique, but maybe that's just because I consume so much content in the franchise. I don't think it's necessarily about how much you consume. I do think the last 5 years or so has not been at its strongest in terms of the comics and novels.
I've been impressed with how they've handled the Predator comics. I think those have been pretty good, honestly.
The what, sorry?
The Predator comics.
After the first run.
Yeah.
And
Right now. All right. Let's see what's in there.
the Predator has definitely been more solid than Alien,
Crane's moving. Good work.
for sure.
You should be able to move the ARC around.
But I mean, I don't disagree. I have 2 books sat on my shelf that I haven't touched or haven't really touched, and that kind of uninterest is very unusual for me with these with the releases.
I'm curious about cults, and I'm sure you will be, given you said you like that topic.
Planting C4.
I'm actually quite curious about Perfect Organism, because that's, in terms of, I mean, it's not wholly unique because it feels very much in the vein of Music of the Spears, but it's one of those things that hasn't been mined that much, same as the cult. That's an element that hasn't been mined that much. So that's why those are actually quite interesting.
I did like how they gave the cult redneck voices.
Reloading.
You see, that's one of the ones I haven't read, Xenosaurin on Civil War. It's just one of the ones sat on my shelf that I have not found myself having much enthusiasm to read. The other one is Rift War. I read like the first 15 pages of Rift War and I just put it down because I thought it was that bad.
Speaking of Alien Cult, No Style Dutch asks, is that still supposed to come out this year? I think it's next month, isn't it?
Hang on. It got put back.
David, welcome to the chat, asks, so what do you think about Alien Earth? I've been mostly enjoying it so far. I wasn't quite as big on the last episode, even though I know a lot of people were, but
And none like the Dead Hills Print.
Don't worry, squad. We'll find
overall I've been
like
enjoying
no-
it.
Looks like November is currently when it's scheduled to release. At least according to Penguin Random House. Let's have a look on Amazon. Yeah, 27th of November is what Amazon said as well.
Okay.
Hurry up, squad!
We did have a preview
Roger.
of that, which we shared on Alien Day earlier this year. So if folk are interested in that one, there is a PDF preview. But you know what? I'll post that in the chat.
Yeah, at least Titan still likes us. Servius likes us.
I really do like Rogue Incursion. I love that game so much.
On it. Planting C4. Get down. It's gonna blow.
Richard Roberts says Resurrection's tone is all over the place with bouncing laser bolts off walls to really dark, disturbing scenes. That's clone, but it's always been incredibly entertaining to me. Yeah, I think the clone stuff is some of the strongest you know, scenes, footage, motion, acting,
Cover, quick.
creature work in the entire franchise. But then, of course, they have to go and fucking spoil it with the chick thing line.
Changing mag.
Schwip says, damn it, Aaron, read Rift War is actually pretty good. I couldn't stomach it, you know. I think within the first 15 pages, we had the Predators calling eggs overmorph. We had the Predators not knowing anything about the DNA reflex. All sorts of terminology and knowledge stuff, and I was like, this is fucking awful. I was like, do they even run these through franchise consultants anymore? Script says, I know nothing will ever replace Colony War in your heart, but give it a second chance. Why you gotta do me dirty like that?
Come and get it. I'm
Fucking
ready.
Colony War is so genuinely awful.
You don't mess with me.
Tactical analysis in progress.
Yautja Law says, got the game yesterday.
Xeno in
We'll
approach.
give it. We'll get to it as soon as I finish my replay of Isolation. Is that this game? Is this Dark Descent or is that Rogue Incursion?
Tell me someone else saw that.
Did that Docker just beg to be captured?
I think there's, you know, in Resurrection, there's probably only 2 jokes that I think actually
Getting stranger and stranger.
work, and that is
Creatures, stay sharp, all right? We made it to port control.
that
today, so
is
what's next?
The
Fork
shipping
and Fuck,
manifest should be in the command room.
and
Probably on the second floor, considering
um,
the structure of the building. Follow the floor markings.
All right, second
I
floor
heard you
it
ran
is.
into these things
Hope we find
before.
more on this container.
What happened?
Don't forget the repeater.
Those are the only
We
2
need it.
moments in
The camera room.
Resurrection that I think
If you
actually,
log in,
only 2
you'll be able
moments
to
of
predict
humour
enemy movement.
in Resurrection that actually worked for me. Yautja Law says, Dark Descent, it's a fucking good game, mate. Like, I was surprised by how much I ended up liking this game. Because I don't think we ever got a preview of this, really, did we? No, we didn't, did we?
What are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed?
On it.
But it was just so good.
Let's see what's inside.
And I really enjoyed when we got to chat to Tebow about this.
Yeah, that was a really good interview.
Human Ham Cube says the clone team was great. Then they do the Joss Whedon
Cut that
Pathos
door
BS
open.
line
Breaking
with
the weld.
what a waste. Yeah, exactly.
We got company.
Door opened.
Jack says the Predators in Rift War
Got you
might
in
just
my
be
sight.
the equivalent of the
You
Maginot.
don't mess with me.
Yeah, the silent sniper is
Move on.
very
So
much a
good.
must in this game.
Yeah. No Stardust says this is why Disney doesn't invite you to things there. Just say I love Colony War. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic.
That's Titan.
Good stuff.
I think honestly, I think because Titan's lost the Predator and AVP license and we've seen no signs of them getting it back, they're just running out what they have left of Alien and then it'll be moved to Disney's in-house publishing arm.
Got you in my
Yeah, I'm
sight.
pretty sure that's what's going to happen as well. Schwip says, how afraid are we that Earth is going to somehow bring Amanda Ripley in at the end for some last minute reveal? Like I said, I don't think Paulie even cares about aliens, so I do not expect to see aliens within the context of what he's doing in Alien Earth, so I do not expect to see Amanda in it at all. And to be fair, in some regards, that kind of also makes me hopeful we might actually see consequence of everything in Earth. You know, I do like the idea of them actually... There being weight to the aliens escaping Neverland. There being weight to the aliens actually getting to some other continent, and there being genuine consequences to it actually being on Earth, which I think was kind of something we all were saying beforehand, wasn't it? It was like, why are we doing a prequel on Earth? We know the aliens aren't going to get out there. So that's something I hope might happen, and I think is a benefit of this being its own thing and just ignoring everything else.
It hurts! Do something!
The Outlaw says Rift War is in my to-read list. I'm kind of dreading reading it since I've heard so many terrible things about it, but I'll do it anyway just to get it out of the way. Yeah, I plan on reading it at some point. I'm just not in any rush to do it.
Shit, man, I died.
Oh no, Ridgie. Ridgie!
Let's see what's inside.
He was one of my good ones, too. Just got randomly axed by one of the cultists.
We barely knew you.
Come on, team.
Do I reload?
I don't know, sure playthrough.
Does this autosave?
I don't know.
I think it does. This was just a couple of minutes ago. Let's try that.
Yeah. No Stardust says, I still think Hawley only even brought up Aliens because he knows people love that movie and wanted the extra eyeballs it would
Damn
bring.
it. Can we get some rest now?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cut that door open. Open up, Sesame.
Roger.
Open up, Sesame.
I kind of wouldn't be half surprised if we end up killing Ripley
on,
in
team.
space in the show.
It just ends with the Nostromo blowing up.
Yeah.
Cut that door open.
Schwip says, knowing now that it was supposed to be post-Alien 3 makes me
Door
so
clear.
mad. It would make so much more sense and could actually be worked into canon. Just makes it feel so much lazier and feel like it's not trying.
Kill that bastard.
Yeah.
In the name of Marlowe, hunt them down.
No Stardust says, I actually kind of like Earth Angel sans the Ripley connection, if I remember right. I was never that big on that.
Hey,
On that comic.
I found something. Looks like a data pad.
I don't think I enjoyed the Ripley thing. I don't think I enjoyed the artwork in
Let's
it.
see what's inside.
It just felt like one of those needless ones.
Which one?
Earth Angel.
I don't remember
It's
that
the one. It's the one set on Earth in like the 60s, where it's like Ripley's great granddad or something stupid like that.
How do I not remember this one? Maybe I'd remember it if I saw it.
Hurry up, you slugs!
Jack says, I think I stopped playing Dark Descent because all the characters I'd name had died, so I had to fucking quit it. You need to get back on that, man. I genuinely stand by this game.
Just gotta save scum it like I just did.
On it.
I think this is like a 9 out of 10 game for
Let's see
me.
what's
Yeah.
inside.
Caustic Viper says, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Earth Angel, but lately had the Vasquez and Bishop novels where everyone's
Planting
relevant
C4.
are suddenly facing Xenos. Don't forget the short story in Bug Hunt as well, where it seemed like Hicks had already encountered the aliens prior to the events of Aliens, which was written by one of the authors of Rift War.
Safe position taken.
Vasquez was such a okay, didn't need to exist novel. Bishop was actually good though.
Let there be light.
I did actually enjoy Bishop.
Let's try this again, shall we?
No Stardust says, I feel like I'm the only one who found it incredibly off-putting that Hawley ghosted Fede. Like, to me at least, let the dude know you're
Right now.
connect. Just don't avoid him like a high schooler. Yeah, I did think it was a low punch.
Who said we tried to reach out to him? Was it Fede himself said that?
I think so. But I can't remember where it came from. Like, I can't remember what the source of it was. Yeah, true. Jack says Paradiso also has a relative in it too. I hated that. It was so pointless in Paradiso. I didn't... Paradiso was another one of those it exists stories where it's not
Let's see
so
what's
bad
inside.
that I hate it, but it's just it exists. The Lone Fox, welcome.
On my way. Let's see
Alarin
what's
says, did you
inside.
guys hear there's a potential new Alien collab for Fortnite and could be Romulus related?
I did hear that. It wouldn't surprise me because I mean, it could be like, 1 year since Romulus Halloween time or something, I guess. But yeah, they could just reskin Ripley as Rain like they did in DVD and reskin the Xenomorph as Scorched, which would be cool.
Move on.
Did you ever play
Position taken.
the Alien and Predator stuff in Fortnite?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's kind of what got me into Fortnite a little bit. I had a little phase with Fortnite.
I've never touched that game.
It was more fun than I expected, but it's still Fortnite.
Schwip, thank you for the offer, but no, I have actually finished. Finished doing them all. I'm just checking my work on Romulus's second draft because those I literally typed up myself. The others I didn't. So I'm having to go through the Romulus scripts to check to see if the errors are errors I've preserved from the draft or errors I've made while rewriting them.
Move on.
Keep following the floor markings. They should bring you to the command room.
Yao Jalor says there's a short story in Eyes of the Demon with the characters or relatives of Legacy Predator characters, if I'm not mistaken. It's the kind of stuff that sort of bothers me a little as well. Yeah, if you're thinking of the future scenario one, I'm fairly sure we pushed back on that, didn't we?
Yeah, there were a
See
few,
what's inside.
there were a few elements in Eyes of the Demon that were like, that's a little. I don't know if I'd go with that route, but I mean, we could give suggestions, but we didn't have any creative control or anything.
No. And to be fair, we were listened to a lot on a number of elements, weren't we?
Yep, you can thank us for the
Move on.
the space capybaras.
Oh my life. That has become a running meme between Adam and I, is
Drop your
capybaras.
weapons now.
That could have been so much fucking worse.
It was still the worst in the book, but
Oh, it was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. My Schwip says, wait, who was the connection in Paradiso? It was Toulouse. Alaran says, I have the Predator skin. It's the reason I downloaded the game. His girlfriend plays
Double time.
the alien with him.
Roger. Let's see what's inside.
Yeah, Jack says, technically, all the aliens from Aliens onwards are related too. Yeah, all back to that one queen.
Mitchell Lawrence says, will you guys get the Alien Earth Predator Badlands figures when NECA and Hot Toys make them? I would love an Alien Earth NECA figure. I imagine licensing might be a little different since, again, it's through FX and not studios. But we have started to see some Alien Earth merch with the Funko Pop one. And NECA has worked with FX before, I believe, on American Horror Story. So I foresee it happening. And yeah, I would definitely love that.
Probably not in any timely manner, though.
Yeah. We haven't announced it yet, but we are partnering up with Big Bad Toy Store, so you'll be hearing about that pretty soon here, and so that will be fun.
What's that noise?
Yeah,
Move
so
away,
we'll be
guys.
doing, well, you and Hunter will be doing some more reviews, won't you? Product reviews.
What the hell's going on down there, Sarge?
Our little dockers are playing
No
with
Stardust says you all
explosives.
should write a short story in the next
They grow up
anthology.
so fast.
Mate, I wish I
We're gonna need
had
help.
the ability to finish
Yeah, I'd say
a
so.
project these days.
Oh, I got blown up.
Although I never did think I was
Move on.
particularly any good at prose, anyway. I used to think I could write scripts, but that's what I went to college to
Hurry
do,
up, squad.
filmmaking.
That was your major? You were in, like, film studies?
Yeah, I did a national diploma in film production.
Is that
Well,
what,
film and
is that what you wanted
television.
to do before you submitted to the man in the system?
Did I ever tell you why I got a job? I can't remember. So
Stay frosty, Marines.
I blame Alien and I blame Charles specifically, but yeah, I went into film. I wanted to get into the film industry because of Charles's documentaries and how fascinated I was with the whole prospect and everything. And I used to write fan films. I used to work on script it was a whole thing in like
Don't
the
get too comfy, okay?
2000s.
Come on, team.
That pretty much died off towards the end of 2000, to be honest. There's still small pockets of it, but it used to be like a fan fiction
Hurry up,
sort
you
of genre called virtual series, and the idea was that you would conceive of a project as if it was going to be a TV show. So you'd cast your characters and you'd do concept art if you could find somebody good enough for it and stuff like that. And you'd release scripts, episodes as scripts, and that was something I got into during my later teen college, end of secondary school years.
Runners be running.
Watch out! It burns! It burns! Those things are faster than the ones from Dead Hills.
But no, I ended up, the foolish thing I did, Adam, so I spent 2 years doing film and television, and then because of how well I've been getting on with AVP Galaxy, oh, maybe I should get into like film journalism or entertainment journalism. So then I went to do English, written English, English language, and media as an overall at college after I'd done 2 years doing film and TV. And then I got a car and I couldn't afford to live. It was the worst thing I ever did.
Oh man.
Was buy a car.
Yeah, you guys don't even need one there. You actually have public transit. Oh.
I know, Hayes, I know. Marines, open that freaking door
I just hated the
now!
bus that much. I hated it.
Watch out! Grenade! Light him up!
On my way.
Xenomorph says, I believe in you, Aaron. You can do it. You can finish your project. You can finish the unread books on yourselves. Everybody thinks they can finish the unread books. Now, I have ideas. I wanted to get into doing audio dramas, audio series and stuff.
The command room is right behind that door.
Shit.
Move! Move!
But again, I've just not been able to finish anything. I've got ideas for like short Alien ones.
Weld that
And
door. You shall not pass.
I had been writing a Stargate one. To be fair, actually, I think I got a good chunk of the way through my Stargate one, but I'm just not going to finish any. Twit says, partnering with Big Bad Toy Store, are we finally going to get the Aaron and Adam exclusive figures?
I don't know if we're quite there yet with them, but
Door welded.
I've been shopping at Big Bad Toy Store for years, and I've always really liked their selection of Alien and Predator stuff. So
Let's see what's inside.
reached out to them a little while ago, and yeah, we've been talking, and we're gonna announce that soon. So should be fun.
They're heading our way.
I would love, and from an entirely vain point of view, I would love a figure of my likeness on a cloning
That
green
terminal's
body.
been smashed. We're trapped.
Squad lead, you might want to close this door.
It's
while
just
we
a
look for
shame
solution.
3D printed
Give me a
custom
stable SATCOM.
figures like
Broken
that are so
terminal or not,
expensive.
I should be able to open that bulkhead
I have
door.
some vanity in me,
You
but
heard the lady.
not enough to
Find us a
spend that
SATCOM
kind of
uplink.
money.
That sector map could help us find the SATCOM and a path to the hostages.
No Star Dutch says, I want to write prose again, but I can't seem to get in the flow in that. Something about it comes harder than screenplays for me. Scaddy Gemini says, I wish they'd make some scale models of the various ships seen throughout the franchise sold as merch. I totally
What are
buy
you
it.
waiting for?
Yeah.
Breakfast
Well,
in
Eagle
bed?
Moss and NECA did some.
Yeah, NECA started doing the
Cine
Cine
Machines, I think
Machines
the line was
line,
called.
yeah.
So I
Access
ended up,
granted.
hang on, let me turn the
Come
light
on,
on
team.
so I can see them.
Hurry up, squad.
These guys have been chosen, all right.
I ended up
Oh,
getting
boy.
the NECA Space Jockey ship, the Derelict, the Narcissus, the Predator 1 shuttle, and I think I got the dropship, but I have no idea where it is. I think it must still be in its box, because I've got Prodos's dropship on my shelf. But I really liked them. I thought they were really good figures. Eagle Moth. NECA also did the Predator 2's Lost Tribe ship, but that was their own interpretation of it, and I wasn't particularly a fan of that. I don't think they did any other ones, but Eagle Moss have done the Nostromo, they've done the Sulaco, they've done the Betty, they've done the Prometheus, they've done the Covenant Lander, they've done the Covenant. But I didn't like any of Eagle Moss. Oh, they've done the dropship as well, I think. But I didn't like any of Eagle Moss's alien ships. I didn't even really like any of their statues.
I liked their Covenant, like Lander, and the Prometheus was cool to have that ship, but they were just real fragile. They would always replace stuff if it broke, but a lot of stuff broke. More so the figures than the ships.
I have multiple signals.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfy. Okay. Contact.
Lucy says, "Hey Hicks and Ridgy, what do you two want to see from a sequel to Romulus? Continuation or a thematic reaction?" I think for the first time, it would be nice to actually have a continuation. But then again, I also worried about their ability to continue their involvement without it feeling like a repeat of something that's already been done.
Come on, team.
But I just think from a narrative point of view, it'd be refreshing to not continually have restarts between the films. I just don't know how they would necessarily continue with Andy and Rain. Maybe they get kidnapped and sort of end up thrown into it that way, because I don't feel like either would be willing at all to get involved.
Well, wasn't it? I can't remember if Fede said something about this, where he said maybe they get to Yavaga and it's not exactly what they think.
Yeah.
Shh. Listen. Good. Roger.
I totally love the characters. The character plight in Romulus, it's half. Not half. I exaggerate the intensity of things. It was one of the reasons that I really liked the film as well, and I really liked the characters with this idea of them born into their class and their situation and being so desperate to get out of it. I really liked the character, the driving force there. No Style Dutch says, "I can't talk about not finishing projects because I can't seem to write feature-length scripts to save my life. Even when I finish a draft, it's like 45 to 66 pages."
Sabian Wilson, welcome. Hope you're having a good Sunday.
Xenosaurian says, "I would totally buy NECA figures of Aaron and Adam."
Oh. I mean, that would be nice in the future if, like, custom-made 3D printed figures were more accessible.
Yeah.
Like you were
It's
saying.
quiet. Too quiet.
Jack says, "Go for the 3D print at the scale of your Halo minis."
Move!
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where do I go?
You know what, Jack? That was actually so one of the prizes for this. I think it's the upcoming season of competitive play for the Halo game. Is the top ranking player in the world gets their face 3D printed onto a spot. Like, people know or companies know it's something people are interested in.
Move on.
I know they do, but it's not affordable. That's my point. Sorry, my missus just chipped up from other room. They do it in Japan. Why? How much was it?
Room here.
Did it look any
Hurry
good?
up, squad.
I don't remember this. I have no memory of this memory. What?
They're heading our way.
I don't remember it. Schwip says we can make that happen for you as long as you're okay with Funkos.
Right now.
I'm not keen on Funkos.
Get that link operation.
How about you? Do you mind them?
I've gotten a few. I'm not super crazy about them.
I haven't even brought the Stargate ones. I don't like the cartoonized stuff.
Check it out, squad.
Like
Think we can
Wetter's,
hack that door.
Wetter's, what did they call their
Leading
things?
to the command room should be open now.
Good job.
You know what I mean? The stylized.
Yeah, I
Ones
know what
they
you're talking
did.
about.
I brought their Kane one, but only because you couldn't really see Kane's face,
On it.
and I liked
Hey,
the
I
concept
found
of
something.
the
Looks
figure.
like a data pad.
Mike's Monsters brings up our friend Adam Milichevich makes custom figures based on people's likeness. Yeah, he did that with a
Come on,
Colonial Marine specifically before
There's
too,
something around.
and it looked really good.
But didn't we ask him about the price of those? And yeah, it was
I don't
still not
think
quite within
I don't
my-
think for the custom figures we did. We've commissioned him a few times, and we're working with him on something else right now.
Which reminds me, have you got an update on that for when we're done?
Granted.
Not at the moment, but I will get one for
Affirmative.
Please, I'd like to get that out of the way.
you. Yeah.
No, Star says I'm working a government job by day, so literally working for the man. Yeah, I
Access
work for
granted.
the government too.
I've only worked for the government once. That was the census.
Move! Move!
I've worked for them
Move on.
twice. My first full-time job was working for the.
This should take you right to the hospital.
Custy Viper says I currently have the NECA Scorpion Xeno figure. Very much love its design.
Roger.
Yeah, I love the Scorpion one as
Planting
well.
C4.
You know, I have the Kenner one hanging
Get
off
down,
my
it's gonna
monitor,
blow.
and I have done for a long time. He just sort of grips the top of the monitor and his head stuck out the top.
Shoot them! Milo!
People are asking about the Predator AVP figures from NECA. Yeah, anything old from NECA's incredibly hard to get at any reasonable price.
Grenade!
It's like if you don't buy them on release, then you'll struggle to get them at
Got you in my
any
sights.
sensible price. I think I spent far too much on a David
Tactical
figure than I
analysis in progress.
to. I think that must have cost me about 50 quid. Sergeant Saurius Rex says, overall I think Alien Earth is doing a good job continuing the central
Double
questions
time.
of Alien. Is our modern society prepared for the challenges in space,
Got you in my
and can
sights.
technology save us from nature, i.e. the alien?
I want to know what happened here.
Relax,
What do you think about the
OSDM.
themes of
Look what
Earth,
these
Adam?
lunatics-
Is that hitting the mark for you?
Not so much with Earth on that, but I do like those themes in Alien in terms of
All right,
expansion.
stay calm. You're safe now.
Marines, get the
And I think
back where you're
Romulus dealt with that,
What do
you
you
know,
think of all
with we saw this colony was in much more dire straits than some of the others we've seen. So I think that's something that's interesting to explore.
On my way.
The idea of
Hey, I found
humans in
something.
space
Looks
and
like a data pad.
all that.
I'm very much curious about the direction they're going with
Let's see what's
the
inside.
questions of, are the hybrids genuinely, are they still human, and what is it to be human, and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I'm also starting to
Come on,
wonder
team.
how much is Alien losing identity to things like that, things like Blade Runner. I
Round
think
that door.
to me, I find Alien a lot
They're
more
heading our
interesting when
way.
it is critiquing capitalism. It is
Door welded.
critiquing the behavior of companies,
can't get
the
in, right?
behavior of its employees, and maybe that's just because I find a lot more of that intriguing now,
Oh,
being
especially
the age
now.
I am and working the age I have, and the way
Yeah.
your country's going. For
Oh
example.
yeah, our economy is something else these days. So no, I think it's
Now
honestly
move.
I think it's
Move
one of the
your
reasons why Romulus was resounded so much with younger people, with like Gen Z, was because of that element.
Yeah, and I
Roger.
I identify with that plight. Not not too much in terms of being born into shit circumstances, but like a lot of my career choices were, oh, not choices, opportunities were dictated by my parents and what they did and stuff like that. So I kind of identify with that element of it.
Don't mess with me.
Okay, I'm doing okay.
Richard Roberts says, if the head was in proportion to the body, I'd
That
been.
explains how they were able to follow you. this
Lucy
long.
says, I proudly own no Funkos. I think the only Funkos in this house are because that kind of works, you know, stylish animation stuff.
You cut out there. What are the only Funkos in your house?
Some Digimon ones,
Oh.
because it works as a stylish animation thing.
Looks like our friends have taken over port control.
Schwip says, there's a David figure. Yes, NECA did a couple of Prometheus figures back in the day. I think we got did we get a mutated Fifield? We got a Shaw. We got David. We got the Deacon, and we got an engineer in the pressure suit. And you know what? I can't remember what they defined the pressure suit as. What was the pressure suit for the engineers? Was it when they came out?
That's just how he looks before the armor on the chair covers him.
Okay, so then that was the flight suit then for NECA.
Yeah.
So I've got the flight suit engineer, and they also did a 2-pack where it was an injured pressure suit engineer and a trilobite. If I
Come on, team.
Lucy says 50 is far too much. Oh Higgs, yes it is, but I really wanted that David figure. I really wanted it, and I got it.
Drone spotted.
It was at a convention actually. It was. I don't tend to do impulse purchase as much, and it was at a convention that I was at, and I saw it, and I asked for it before I asked for the price. So I sort of just was like, oh fuck it, go for it.
More signals incoming. Don't get too comfy, okay?
Quiet.
Oh.
Are we talking about favourite figures in the chat somewhere? And Lucy says, Earth is about trans kids. It couldn't give a fuck about much else. There does seem to be a lot of trans allegory in there, doesn't there?
As you'll see when we release the earlier scripts, it was a bit more.
They're heading our way.
Oh, it's massive.
It was less subtle. We'll say that.
Yes. So one of the other character. Well, I've said it on the forum. I don't need to be cagey about it. So Utani in, I can't remember which draft it was, but Utani in one of the drafts was straight up said to be trans, and one of the Lost Boys asked for a synth body of the opposite sex. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, it was very overt. Alaran says alien capitalism over alien Blade Runner. Yup. That's not to. I don't mind.
Open up, Sesame.
I don't mind elements of Blade Runner
Door open.
sneaking into Alien, because they are still interesting science fiction conversations. And Alien does have the mechanisms, the narrative and world building mechanisms in place to do things with it, you know, obviously through
More signatures spotted. Come on, team. Come on, team.
And it's why, I mean, I know you disagreed with me, Adam, but it's like why I like to see more Giga elements from
Shit, they know we're here.
Giga's other things sort of feel at home. Like, I would totally be on board with Syl making its way into
Safe position taken.
Alien. So I do think there is room in there for these, you know, tangential things to feel at place within Alien, but I do feel like the Blade Runner side of things is really drowning out.
Kill that bastard.
Well, the prequel specifically, I guess,
Access granted.
was drowning out the more alien stuff. That's where, again, I have such a fondness for Romulus, because I feel like it feels a lot more alien.
Oh shit.
Grenade! Don't mess with me. Let's see what's inside.
Right now.
No Star Dutch says, I love when the holidays come around and I get to laugh to myself at all the people in the workplace talking bonus situation. Falcon Blue says, hi guys, I really love this game. I miss old style games like Command and Conquer.
We found a civilian in one of those.
I thought it was great. I also appreciated that it was a pretty tough game too. Yeah. Like this and Isolation, it feels like a genuine achievement to actually get through the games because they're so tough. You know, they don't hold your hands, and it feels like you've earned it when you finish the game.
Hang in there, man.
Jack says, I got the Funko Queen for free once as the box was slightly damaged. Well, you can't argue with free. In this economy, I'll take any free gift.
I gotta get this guy out of here.
Hunter says, Romulus certainly had an effect on Gen Z. The amount of people who I know personally who have been genuinely the alien because of that film is very interesting.
Don't get too comfy, okay? I have multiple signals.
Lucy says, no, Hawley, less subtle. How?
Can I break the weld here? Can I get in here?
Caustic Viper says, would love another alien art, but one where we can control a Xeno Hive or control way you since detecting the Xenos. I think there's very much room for a RTS. You know, and well, we've seen it. StarCraft was AVP, the knockoff version, wasn't it? Really? Because you had was it the Zerg as the aliens, you had your Space Marines, and then you had your Protoss as the Predator. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played StarCraft. But there is absolutely room in there for that.
Hang in there, man.
Okay, I'll set him down for a sec while we do this battle. I hope we can get back to the APC through that elevator there once after we engage these guys.
I think you do. I think you do.
I'm gonna weld this door behind me.
You shall not pass.
Yapja Law says in Rage War they use pheromones to control the aliens. Right, it's been a while since I.
Safe position taken.
I don't remember that in Rage War. I think it was a thing in 3 World War, wasn't it? Where the Predators had like some control gauntlet that emitted pheromones to direct the aliens.
Don't mess with me.
But I don't remember if that was necessarily how they did it in Rage War, because didn't they use some of the Rage technology to control them?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read that at this point.
Move! Move!
Safe position taken.
Schwip says, have we seen aliens since lately, since the superhero synth alien comic? Do we know that is coming back?
Go check the terminals.
I
Details about the shipping manifest
can't
should be
remember any
saved somewhere in
synths
that
being in. Well, you had a synth in Thor and Descendant, and I don't think there was one in Paradiso. Synths very much are an important part of Aliens, which I absolutely recommend, folk. That was. Oh, or are you talking about specifically Xenomorph replica synthetics?
Come on, team.
Runner here.
Richard Roberts says, I think they would have to remake Species if they ever intended to introduce Syl. Most people wouldn't know who she is. I don't think you necessarily have to do Syl, but I think her concept is something that I think, to me, feels very very grounded in Alien. You know, this idea of the engineers, the space jockeys, whoever broadcasting this weapon into space that turns out to be this very sort of biomech in appearance monster that bastardizes reproduction. You know, I think that is hugely thematically relevant in Alien. Lucy said they already remade Species in 2014, but better.
You shall not pass.
Are you talking about Splice?
Oh no, she's talking about
Door welded.
the Scarlett
Come on,
Johansson
Pete.
one.
Shit, man, I don't like that.
Oh, Under the Skin?
Plenty of signals.
That's it, yeah.
Look alive.
Oh shit, this ain't good. This ain't good.
I can't really remember Under the Skin. I need to go rewatch that.
It was good.
Deploying sentry
Although
gun.
Splice was fucked up as well. I enjoyed Splice. That was very unsettling. The Outlaw law is preaching to the choir there. We need a new AVP game. Been too long.
Sentry activated.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Alright, wish me luck, everybody.
Jack, people might think you're being serious. You need to add a sarcasm marker on the end of that, mate. Because I know you're being sarcastic. Alarin says, do you think Alien Earth is going to make their fucking Xenomorph? Who was it who thought Boy Cavalier might try and transfer his mind into an alien? Was that Eric?
No, that was me.
That was you. Okay.
I was saying that I think Eyeball Monster is going to end up in
More
Boy
signals
Cavalier and
incoming.
he's going to wear big sunglasses and be like, "No, guys, it's totally
They
me."
really want this opened.
Yeah, Jay is being sarcastic, Lucy. JT is Deshaun Day
Heading
on
our
them.
way.
Oh, here they come.
See, I think I have the strong. Well, no, I can't say strong. I speculate that there might be some consideration as to the aliens being a route for, the transhumanism in Earth. This idea that
Suppress the fire.
the genetic memory and
Kill that bastard.
DNA carryover and all that kind of stuff
That was the last of them.
Whew.
is an interesting avenue.
Right
And it was one of the things I liked some of the
Lady
older
Baby.
you play with. Dust to Dust in particular was a good recent one that did that.
Packing sentry gun.
I hate that place, man. Sentry gun.
But I don't think we'll get a synthetic alien.
Ah, disgusting.
A Xenoborg.
Packing sentry gun.
That I think the Xenoborg stuff will always be exclusively EU. Human Ham Cube says Splice felt more alien in its tone than new Alien. Splice was pretty icky. Alarin says, I really like Under the Skin, not gonna lie, but I like the Species more. Species is so cheesy 90s sci-fi, which I think holds it back a little bit when you try and view it now.
Affirmative.
And Mike says lots of people think Eyeball is going to get to Boy K. I do hope they do something more
Let's see what's
interesting with the
inside.
Teosella. I was disappointed with it just doing this crappy little screech thing in episode 5. I actually want to see some fucked up communication with it. Because I think they've quite clearly set it up as this intelligence. And I don't think it would feel tonally out of place to have it actually talking or communicating in some meaningful way.
Sentry almost ready.
Alarin says, I think multiple creatures will get to Boy K. Do we think
Sentry
he's making it through season 1?
I don't think so.
No, you think he's dying?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pop some pills, everybody.
You can't say that on here. YouTube's sensitive to that. Lone Fox says, I'm sure there was something in
Access.
with it.
Hurry up, Marines.
I assume that meant the plumbic
Stay alert. The Crusher's roaming around.
They had some fantastic names.
There's something around.
Need to read that article. I remember the game was very good. Caustic Viper says, I've been reading the AVP Prey, Hunter's Planet, and War. Thoroughly enjoying it. So, Hunter's Planet, no. Prey and War, yes. For me.
Let's go.
I reread Prey year, I think it was, and I was every time I revisit Prey, I'm always like, I forgot how good this book actually is. So it's always nice to get that reminder. War is actually the first Alien or Predator novel I ever read, so I have a bit of a soft spot for it anyway in that regard.
Got him.
Jack says, I was slightly concerned in episode 5 that the reason that the Xeno didn't because it was the guy she was screwing, thankfully. It was Steve being stupid.
Affirmative.
Gotta get that
Lucy says,
Xeno DNA.
Lucy says, I think it is a route for it, but it is perverse in the sense it's a violent reproduction. I assume you're talking about me talking about the concept is still feeling in place in Alien here. Whereas with the hybrids you have a level. Yeah. Even if it might not necessarily end up being entirely informed concept. Human hand says, yeah, if they played species straight then it would be cool.
Copy.
Richard Roberts says, I think Wendy and the Xeno are fly off the sun. I hope to fuck that blows up in her face. I really do. Sergeant Saurius Rex says there is promo material of Boy K's face in the Xeno head. I thought that key art was Wendy. Sydney Chandler.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Wendy.
Yautja says, do we know for sure if it's going to be a season, if there's going to be a season 2? It hasn't been officially announced.
Given how
I'd
the
be
show's
surprised.
doing, it's likely.
I hate this job.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we don't. You know, critic response is phenomenal. Viewership numbers are huge. I think it was it's the most successful streaming exclusive series statistically. I think
Right now or ever?
I think ever. There was some news about it, wasn't there?
I need to do a news post about its performance. Boy.
Schwip says, what do you think the eye's purpose was in banging on the container when it's all getting out or distract? You see, I immediately was like, oh, that's trying to distract. And then I came on the boards and saw people going, oh, it was so nice to try and warn the doctor. I was like, what? Wait? Am I out of touch again? But no, Noah Hawley said in the podcast, and I think in some written interviews as well, that it was distracting her to assist the ticks, which I much prefer.
Sentry packed. Move on. Hurry up, you slugs.
Deploying sentry gun.
Okay, Lucy says, I was talking about the alien being a way for Boy Cavalier to transition in comparison to the hybrids. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
Got something on the tracker.
Let there be light. Bring him down.
Angel Jamie says, does anybody find it fun that the Praetorians Crushers look like the Royal Guards in Chrysalis from AVP 1994? Yeah, I've always enjoyed those sort of Royal Guard appearances, having some consistency with them. Lights Monster says, I think Wendy is going to be able to control the Xenos with her, but we'll find that the Xenos have been
compatible comms repeater in hangar C.
I really fucking hope they don't even
There's an elevator here.
lean into any of that kind of her controlling them. I so much prefer this idea that it is a childish notion, childish flights of fantasy, that Boy sort of shot down straight away, and I really hope they go down.
I don't think she'll be able to control them. I think she'll be able
Take
to
a breath.
communicate with
Watch
them.
that stress, squad.
Alright, how do we get out of here now?
Double time.
I still don't want it. I really don't want it to be a literal thing. Like, I don't want her to go, oh, this alien's name's Fred, and he says this, this, and this. I'd rather it much be vague interpretations or vague feelings or something like.
There's something around.
Contact! Shit! That thing saw us! Bring him down!
Because the Viper says it was distracting, hands down, or it wanted, and it saw
Runner! Kill
an
him!
opportunity. It's like the raptors from Jurassic Park. You can see it working its intelligence when it stares at them. Yeah, and I think they've done a really fantastic job with the image. You know, portraying some sense of intelligence.
I always thought this was cool how you could see this M-Class down there.
And then we go to it later.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this beauty. CM88G Bison. That's what I call a ship.
Schwip says, I was really hoping for good boy Alien Eye, who wants to be helpful.
Hurry up, squad!
But just can't fight its nature to burrow into people's head. Like some sort of weird expression of love through symbiosis. I much prefer it just being an evil.
You don't want it to be like the Tok'ra?
No. I think that would feel out of place. Like, I like that they've lent into the parasitical side for these new monsters. I mean, in some ways it's kind of like, yeah, but you don't want the alien fucking does. But by giving it some semblance of intelligence,
Stay on us, Hunslet.
or
I hate to
more
say it, but we have our orders. It's too late for that.
maybe human understanding intelligence, it lets it stand out a little bit while still feeling alien. Jack says, to be fair to the eye, it's easy to look intelligent when you look at the other ship. Costy Viper says, Wendy is definitely giving Eloise vibes, talking to Xenos. Yeah, I don't disagree there. I very much got Eloise vibes straight away. And I like Eloise as a character, but I like the, in that Ripley 8 way, in that Syl way, you know, Eloise is genuine or alien, whereas I think Wendy's ability to just tune in to that frequency as a synthetic makes more sense.
Roger. Damn it!
I think Eloise works in the same way that I think Ripley 8 works,
Focus fire
and I prefer it that way.
Let's rock!
Actually, we will think that she has control over them, but we'll find out the hard way that she has. No, I understand that, mate. I just don't want them to even pretend that she has any control over them.
Come on, team.
So I am actually slightly worried about the rest of the series and the direction that it takes that. Oh no. Richie just doesn't want to survive, does he?
Just not.
Oh, Lone Fox says, checking the SFX interview, he was mistaken.
Do you want me to
It
pursue,
sounds like it was
Sarge?
about his fast.
Stay on us, Hunslet. I hate to say it, but we have our orders. It's too late for that.
Move on. Safe position taken.
Mitch says the next set of aliens appear to have a more standard shaped dome. Looks like it comes down closer to the mouth. Yeah, what we've seen of the lab-born one
You like that, huh?
definitely looked different, but we haven't had a good. I don't think we've had a fully good shot at it yet. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. Alarin says, I have a weird feeling Utani is going to nuke the island AVPR style.
Focus fire on target.
Changing mag. Light them up. Come again. I'm ready.
I genuinely think that it's not going to get wrapped up tidily.
Watch out. Tango down. Hooah!
Oh Gotta get
Gusty
out of
Viper
here.
says.
Come on.
Gusty Viper says, my question is, if Wendy is just a synth with human consciousness, what stops normal synth from hearing the Xenos too? Which is the question I think a lot of us had early on, because I think it was very clearly set up in like episode 1 or 2 that the reason she could hear them was because she could hear a frequency, and that was always my interpretation, and that seems to be obviously the case that they went with. But we've now got, in episode 4, you know, they were going, we need to find out why she can hear them but the other guys can't. And they've said, you know, there is some difference in her hardware or in her software compared to the other hybrids, and I guess every other synth in that case. That means she can and the others can't. I was skim reading through the draft of that script that we've got when I was transcribing it, and they were a little bit more blatant about it in there, where they were like, yeah, look, we need to figure out why she can hear them, and they were like, yeah, this is a prototype model, there were differences, changes made when we built the other ones and all that kind of stuff, so it was a bit more blatant there.
Ooh, we made it back to the ship. This is a tough one.
Are we wrapping there?
Yeah, I think we'll give our Marines a rest here, but it was nice to revisit this one. I really need to play this more. And
I genuinely love this game, I really do.
End of the month, we'll have Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition, which will be easier to stream than it was before. So we'll probably be playing some of that.
Yeah, you should.
But thanks again for joining us, everybody.
Indeed.
We are coming up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's fine, you go.
I was going to say we are coming up on 20K subs for our YouTube channel, which will be a big milestone for us. We started taking YouTube a bit more seriously in 2018, and once we get to 20,000, I think we're going to do a video just kind of looking back on some of our favorite videos that we've done. So thank you all for your support and joining us for our weekly live streams. We very much appreciate it.
Indeed. And check back in tomorrow. We'll be posting our podcast review of episode 5. That will be up morning GMT for people to listen to on the way to work. And then hopefully stateside, you'll have that ready for you when you're on the way to work. Well, don't think there's anything else immediately planned to talk about. So yeah, that's just it.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. See ya.
Until next time.